It is October 3rd. Giants are about to play their first playoff game. Had to break out my Giants shirt today. Everybody around here is kind of going nuts for that sort of stuff. And I only have a little bit more time left with Bart's cool guitar here, so I figured I'd break it out and try maybe a little... Doesn't sound quite as good on the baritone for that, but it is. So we're here for the news, and it's been a kind of different week. Finally got back in the throes of doing stuff, getting out some new things, and you know, camp. Bart showed up at camp with this cool baritone 8-string tuned down a 4th, so we've got a B string down here, and it just turned out to be perfect for one of the songs I was thinking about doing, which is of course Paul Stuckey's "The Wedding Song," and which of course showed up on the recommend a lesson list a few weeks ago, and it's one of those, like, I couldn't believe I hadn't done that song yet, but also didn't have a 12-string around that I could duplicate the sound on. Had to round up the same one I used for Hotel California, which belongs to my buddy Jeff. Anyway, so hope you enjoyed that lesson, and along with the other lessons, I guess I'm going to talk a little bit about the lessons, but I got a whole bunch of other stuff I want to talk about, and I think I'm done with this guitar for today. But Bart, thanks a million, man. Bart, of course, was one of our many campers last week that had hopefully a great time at camp. I want to thank Lynn for throwing up the video with her time-lapse photography, a new little project of hers. That was pretty cool. And a lot of stuff going on the forum that I want to talk about. I'll get to all that in a minute. I guess first I want to let you know, or give a little recap. Did I leave my tuner on? No. Little recap of what was going on. I don't know why this is on my head. Oh, I know why. Because I'm thinking about, it's October. I'm thinking about Halloween songs and stuff like that. Oh, and if all goes well, I might let you in on a little sneak preview of something I'm thinking about working on. It's only been under development for about a day and a half, and so it may not materialize, but we'll see. Oh man, once I tell you that, it's sort of like the eye in the sky thing. It's like I accidentally stumbled into it and thought this is one of the coolest songs I've always loved, but I never thought it would make a good guitar song. I'll let you be the judge a little bit later, but it's really in a rough state. What did we have? We had Mark Weston with Mark was great when he came to his Fly on the Wall video, because he came in early for camp, and I saw him on the Monday before camp. And we went through 5 or 6 different things, and they were all questions he had intended on asking at the master class, and he left here saying, oh, I guess I'm not going to get up and now ask you these questions in public, but it was okay. He still came up with some great stuff to do. Vanessa brought us a Bryan Adams song, Heaven. That was pretty cool. And oh, and then I think I've been threatening this for a long time too. Finally open the door, or the chest. This is going to go on forever, this ear training thing. So it's just going to be so involved. I don't know. I can't even quite get wrapped around it yet. But I at least got the ball rolling. Got to the first segment, and I was glad to see Scott's comment that seemed like it was pretty easy. So that was good, because it's going to get harder. Even Monday, Tuesday, whenever we see the next episode. So let's see, some things going on the forum that I really wanted to bring up. Did I finish everything I wanted to talk about there? Yeah. First of all, I have really enjoyed the resurrection of the This Week in Music History. So Chaz, fabulous job. I could probably get all my news stuff from there. I mean, this was the Jimi Hendrix Janis Joplin week. It's a rough week in 1970. So, but anyway, I hope everybody appreciates and reads that stuff as carefully as I do. So, actually, while I'm talking about the forum, I want to thank everybody for weighing in with you know, new members again. Another great just welcome wagon rolled out for somebody that joined the Target program about a month ago or so, and that was really cool. So. There's another song in my head. Who's going to recognize this? Anyway, okay, that's not what I've had a lot of songs running through my head lately that just get stuck in there for one reason or another. Somebody left here with a lesson the other day, And this happens all the time. We'll spend a little time working on a lesson, and as they're driving away, it's like I can't get it out of my head. Ooh, is that going to be? Our buddy Max Rich asked me who you'll know more about in the very near future. Sent me something weird. He's working over at Totally Electric Guitars, kind of getting that place in line. And I got a really strange message from him. He said, "Have you done a lesson on More Than Words or Close to You?" I said, "Of course I've done More Than Words. I don't think I've done Close to You." And it just seemed like an odd question for somebody who's putting together, our electric site. Not so much More Than Words. But so I sent him a message saying, what's going on? What do you need with, what are you thinking about doing a Carpenter song on Totally Electric Guitars? And he says, "No, I have to play him at a wedding next week, and I was hoping you had good arrangements that I could have quick." So I pull a cruel trick on him. I sent him a copy of Muriel's arrangement of Close to You that is not a cruel trick, but it's pretty complicated. It's a little more elaborate than I think you'd want to whip together for a wedding. So, and I think I sent him all the stuff on More Than Words. But anyway, that was kind of a weird little sideline too. There was something else on the forum two other things I wanted to get to on the forum. One was I meant to do this a couple days ago because Larry is getting back on track with visiting Keith Holland and asking him, luthier questions. So I doubt if we got anything in today from the time that Larry put that up to the time he went to see Keith. I think that was on today's agenda. But let's kind of keep that as a recurring theme. If anything you'd like to get Keith Holland to answer, we'll pass that on to him. Another little thing I want to tell you about that John, this classical gas thing was fabulous. It was great to see you again, and hear how you're playing that. It is you made it your own, man. It's very cool. It sounds great. And which reminds me, a story I told everybody at camp, and I might as well spill the beans on this now, because we had Saturday afternoon kind of set aside for, like last year. That's when we had Al Stewart come in and do his thing, and this year we were hoping to have somebody like a featured guest come in as well. And so about 6 or 8 weeks ago, I sent a message off to Mason Williams, who I'd had some correspondence with about 10 or 12 years ago, and we exchanged albums, and he sent me a book. Oh, I should have had it. I've got his book over here. It said, to Neil, I enjoy the songs, and I really enjoy your albums, all that kind of stuff. It was really cool. And he came this close to being able to get to our camp as our featured guest. And that was one of the reasons I had worked on this I figured if he was gonna be there, I'd have to know some of his songs a little bit better. And of course, I play classical gas, but I also play a little bit of his version of Green Sleeves. And so I was kind of going through my Mason Williams albums, and unfortunately, he just at the last minute couldn't make it. But we came this close, and he did send me a great comment. I think I told everybody at camp this, but great comment about the video on that. He said, "Hey, I loved your rendition of the Smothers Brothers theme. I always play kind of the simple version. I wish I'd taken the time someday to make one like that," or something like that. He was very complimentary and said, "So would you mind if I sent this link to the Smothers Brothers and a few other people?" And I'm kind of thinking, no, I think that would be fine. So haven't heard from Tom or Dick yet, but that'd still be kind of a neat thing. Let's see. I think I had one more thing I was going to do. Oh yeah, I was going to give you a sneak preview. Halloween songs. I was thinking the only ones that we really had on the site are Rhiannon. I don't know if that's really a Halloween song. Spooky, though, qualifies, because they even talk about proposing on Halloween. That's kind of cool. And then, if I'm going to do any more Halloween songs over October here, it's probably not going to be stuff like the Monster Mash or all that stuff that you'd play, while kids are trick-or-treating. But it might be something like this. Wait a minute. Let me get in gear, because I barely know this. Okay. Let's see what happens. lot of work to do on that, but it might turn into one of those eye in the sky kind of things that just so. It's just been running through my head for some mysterious reason for a while, and then I realized it's probably because of Halloween. Who knows? Okay, I think I'm out of here. Went through everything on my list, showed you both guitars, got everything else done. Oh, Wiley, I didn't talk about Wiley's pick collection. I'll save that for next week, maybe. Okay, we're close to on path, back to our regularly scheduled programming, as I was hoping last week. And a few minutes till the game, so by the time you see this, game will probably be over. You'll probably know what happened to the Giants, but we'll see. They're off playing in Washington, and I'm off to get back to work in the other office and keep half an eye on the game. See you next week.